So En Mi Elemento means in my element. That's the first thing. And it was me trying to portray or bring out the best in me, hence being in my element. So you find out that the tracks that are in the album kind of comes with how I was feeling by that time, and also the sound that I wanted to project, because we just started a new sound, which is Astro Trap. It's something that people have not yet got used to, and I know when people listen to it, they'll be like, okay, this is something definitely new. You know, it's going to be hard to catch on it, maybe or maybe not, we don't know. But it was a moment that I realized that now I'm doing my best. Manhunt, that was the first EP. Manhunt was like the one that started with the new brand that we had started, like the Kuly Tangu brand as a total package. Okay. So that's when we started. And then we had after that the second build up to this was it's only two. It was before the album. Before the album dropped. That was the second EP.
See, yeah.
You can feel that people love what they're doing.
It's godly.
Be in your element.
Yeah.
To be in your element. So not only for the protagonist himself, I mean for the rest of us, it was really being in our element.
I also think that is profound, because if you look at it, every single feature that is in the album, everyone was like in their element. Like,
yeah,
from Dub, from CTL, EK Cypher, this other lady that did Rambo, that's Molly, the hook on Rambo, bruh. Too late. The Kirsty one. Like it was a joke track, but it was on point. For features, what we did was, it was the vibe. Actually, to be honest, the album was all about vibing. Okay. Like it's a vibe from track 1 up to track 13. So how I picked up I didn't pick up my features actually. They just happened. Like literally, there was no one. Yeah, there was no one I called up. I was like, bro, I'm working on this track, and you come through.
I have a specific idea.
Yeah, it's just like my feature with EK and CTL. It's just after. Okay, so EK dropped a hook for me.
Okay.
And then I did a verse. And then CTL came in recording Dub's track. And then had the track. And I was like, yeah, I can put a verse on that.
And that was with the features, I know.
And then that was like done. And then everything else is like fell in place. I had two producers that I really worked with on this album that I thought, you know, like what I did to the last album, I had also two producers I was working with. On this one, I worked with Tenox from Harare and B Kid, who's also one of my favorite producers. So Tenox kind of got into the Astro Trap sound from me because I had told him that I wanted this type. He's the one who came up with the beat for Catch a Wave, which is one of the best tracks that I did on the EP that also came into the album. And also some songs, even the song that people have been requesting a lot on radio station, which is Winners Only. It was done by Tenox. He has that sound for me. And then Big Kid, for me, Big Kid is like a brother. Like he's like my light. When we're together, we make music that makes sense. So when I told him about Astro Trap, he understood exactly what I was talking about. So when he made the first beat for the album, which was En Mi Elemento, it was exactly the sound we was looking for.
It's gold, it's platinum, it's everything.
It's fire. We can't wait for the news. Can we have it already?
I'm in my element, I'm in my element. I'm in my element, I'm in my element. Okay. I'm in my element, I'm in my element. I'm in my element, I'm in my element.
And making the album was vibes only. Like, you know, when you're in a room, like creatives, and then you're like, this is what we want to do, and this is how we want to do it. It's always more of you're doing what you really know how to do. So for me, it's like beats. It's crazy. And even for Kuly doing the vocals is like he could wake up and do a 52-track album for you. But what's the difference between that and throughout En Mi Elemento is like the rest of us, it's like, okay, we're not only doing what we want to do, we're also getting very creative with what we're doing. And it's every project, most projects are like skill based. People are like, okay, I'm doing what I know how to do. And then after some time you get to a point where you're like, okay, now I want to escape what I know how to do.
We All Need Somebody came out as I was telling myself to calm down, like, you know what, we all need somebody. And in this moment, you might not feel like it's okay for you, but she needs you. She needs your support. She needs you to man up, because everybody needs somebody. Hence, we all need somebody. So that track, and it's funny how I got the beat. So the beat just came, 10 was the center beat, like, yo bro, I just made a beat. This is the beat. And listening to that song, the beat, the song just came on its own. I did not even write it. I just went offline, sat down and started recording it. And it was like flawless. And when I listen to it now, I can hear the substance of what I was going through and how I actually wanted. It's not how I wanted it to come out, but it came out better because it felt like I was saying something that made sense. Not only sense, but I felt comforted after listening to the song. And then just after those days, you know, like, I grew to understand that, you know what, actually I'm gonna be a father, man. Like, I'm gonna be a dad. Yeah, that's something that you need to celebrate about, you know. Hence, celebrate life, you know. I talk about my experiences in life. I talk about how I feel like I made it in my own way. So I'm celebrating those small wins that I did, that came through with the struggle. So celebrate life. And after that, man, you know what, as we just felt like this was it. I had more songs. I think I had something like 30 songs for the album. But when we combined the songs and we played them according to the playlist that we thought it was going to work out, when we reached track number 13, we were like, you know what, this is enough. I think this works out perfectly. We don't need to go again and listen to the other songs. These songs say, they kind of paint the picture of exactly what we want. So yeah, that's exactly what the album is about.